Hey guys, KingBarrows06 here, and we're back with another video. In this video, I will be showing you guys the process of me creating thumbnail 2 in the JoJo thumbnails video. In this video, I will be talking about the process, my overall thoughts on Is Unbreakable, and a reflection on what I've done in 2022 in terms of my art and stuff related to this channel. Creating this piece was surprisingly easier than I expected. I used to have a lot more trouble with drawings that involved varying perspectives and other elements that made a piece more complicated than a half-body pose with a random background, like most of my 2021 artwork consisted of. In the reflection section, I'll let you guys know exactly how long this took, but just know that it's significantly shorter in comparison to my average drawing time. Speaking of, one thing I noticed is that for redraws, my drawing time is shorter in comparison to when I plan out an entire drawing myself. I think the reason for that is quite clear. For redraws, the only thing I have to do is adjust the style. I don't have to come up with the background, or pose for the character, or try to figure out the lighting. The Android 18 redraw from a while back took about 2.5 hours in total time. Another contribution to that shortened time is the fact that for that redraw, I didn't need a fully detailed background, but just the sky behind her. In case you guys couldn't tell from the reference on screen, this drawing was inspired from the shot toward the end of the first episode in part 4, in which Josuke confronts the robber, who happens to be puppeteered by Aqua Necklace Angelo's stand. That inspired me not only for the speed paint, but for the thumbnails as well. It was the primary motivator for me doing JoJo themed thumbnails. This is my second time drawing Josuke Higashikata, as I drew him along with Shining Diamond last year. The idea of this piece is that Josuke is confronting someone who made a remark about his hair. When I drew the thumbnail, I didn't have an idea for who that would be. Once I got started on the drawing, the first person who popped in my head was Mineta from My Hero Academia. From that point on, the rest is history. I used a purple background sky to exaggerate the fact that the skies in part 4 aren't a conventional blue in real life and most other anime. Everything else honestly just felt like it came together, and I'm still happy to this day with the final result. Out of the 2022 drawings that I've completed, this is my second favorite one, but probably the best drawing overall that I've drawn. My favorite drawing is the Luffy drawing that I did back in May to celebrate his birthday, which is May 5th. Speaking of birthdays, if this video is coming out on December 30th, it's LeBron James's 38th birthday. Let's go! May the king continue to flourish in life and inspire others to do the same. I don't think that I've gone in depth on my thoughts about Is Unbreakable and why it's by far my favorite of the currently 6 JoJo parts, so I will do so now. One thing that I enjoy about it over any of the other parts that I've seen has to do with it including my favorite character from the series, Josuke Higashikata. If you want to hear my thoughts on him specifically, check out the JoJo thumbnail speed paint video and go to the favorite JoJo character section of that video. Outside of that, the characters that I enjoy the most come from part 4. Oku Yasunijimura, Koichi Hirose, Yukaku Yamagishi, Reimi Sugimoto, Shigekyo Yongu, and Yoshikage Kira. They are all characters with their own complexities and unique traits that I can go over all of them individually in their own sections. To be clear regarding Kira, I don't like him as a person, but I believe he was written very well. To keep things brief, I won't go over every single character within part 4 that intrigues me. As you guys could tell, there's quite a list. Looking at the series as a whole, I believe it to have a unique structure in the way the story progresses. When it comes to the parts, some of them have too much of a linear path in which there's a final goal and the protagonists simply reach for that goal. In their quest, there are enemies that stand in their way that they have to incrementally defeat in order to continue moving forward. Stardust Crusaders and Golden Wind are primary examples of this, and even in Stone Ocean, this sort of thing occurs. Phantom Blood and Battle Tennessee don't contain this, and those parts specifically introduce the JoJo bloodline along with some long-standing enemies, prominently being Dio, who has major relevance in all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Getting back to part 4 specifically, the characters adapt to the situation rather than reaching for a fixed goal at the beginning. They all live their lives, and due to certain circumstances, they have to adapt and go for short-term objectives. Josuke having to save Koichi from Okuyasu and Keicho, Josuke, Okuyasu, Koichi, and Jotaro going after Akira Toishi and his chili pepper stand, hunting down Andrew Katagiri, aka Angelo, tracking down Yoshikage Kira, and so on. There isn't one clear goal that the characters are trying to maintain. They're all living their lives and deal with whatever comes. In that way, the story feels more organic and naturally flowing in comparison to parts 3 and 5, as I mentioned before, and with the combination of the different things that each of the characters are dealing with, that adds even more complexity and interest to the overall story. I hope that JoJo can achieve this kind of storytelling, or better, in part 7. In terms of what I've done in 2022, I was hoping to do more. However, I am proud of what I've been able to accomplish in comparison to 2021. In 2021, my artwork focused primarily on females, and that isn't necessarily bad, but I don't want to be known for only being able to draw females. While rewatching Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, I started drawing fan art of this series, and that started in 2021. That led into the start of this year, and my first piece being the Haku artwork that I created. Along with that, I drew a variety of characters that I have never drawn before, adding to my list of characters that I've drawn. Without giving away the 2 artworks that I'll be showcasing next year that I made this year in 2022, I've drawn Minato Namikaze, Kushina Uzumaki, Obito Uchiha, Amano, Viola and Kiki the winner from Saints Row, Toru Kobayashi, Elma Joey, Lukoa or Quetzalcoatl, Konkoro, Shinkamaru Nara, Shino Aburame, Dosu Kinota, Neji Hyuga, Lalatina Dustina Sword, Aqua, Sadaru, and Meiko Shiriki from Prison School. This is a list of the new characters that I've drawn specifically this year. Along with a variety of different characters, I experimented more with drawing in other styles. It took hours to study some other styles that I admire and learn from said studies. With that, I was instantly able to apply new techniques to my artwork to allow me to create better quality art and be able to draw certain things faster. For example, this specific drawing took a grand total of 2 hours and 36 minutes. If I did this earlier in the year or in 2021, this piece would have taken a minimum of 4 hours, maybe going borderline 6+ hours, with most of it being me trying to draw Josuke's pose over and over and trying to get the perspective down. Which reminds me, I've done more side view and back view drawings and made sure to add a variety to the angles that I draw. I've also made way more artwork that have multiple people than I did last year. I haven't uploaded a single animation and I've spent the majority of my creative time on my digital art, and I'm hoping to be able to split up my time accordingly so that I can bring more animation to this channel. In fact, I want to animate a new intro for this channel and work on rebranding as I talked about in the Android 18 redraw video. I also plan on doing more art challenges and doing some videos with live commentary to create more interesting content for you guys to witness. Here's to 2023, and I hope you guys are along for the ride. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, check out my Twitter and Discord, both are in the description. If you want to know what I'm currently doing or thinking about, those 2 places are the best places to go. I will see you guys next time.